Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a Craftsman DLM 21-inch push mower with the Briggs & Stratton engine on it. It hasn't been running a while. You can see the plugs all rusty. It's been sitting for a while. Plus, the Flywheel brake cable is broke and they have a twist tie on it, which I don't never allow anything leaving here like that. Safety first is the main thing. So we're gonna find a Flywheel brake cable for it. Clean the carburetor, change oil, and sharpen blade. Hopefully we'll get it running so they can go mowing. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take the zip tie off and replace this cable. I don't know why people do this. If you're mowing a ditch or you're mowing any kind of incline and you lose your fitting, the mower could actually run right over you. I guarantee you the hospital bill is going to be way more than a $15 to $20 cable. I don't understand why people do that. Handle over here. Here's where the cable goes here. But I'm gonna use a universal flywheel brake cable. I'll more likely put it on this side over here, so we'll switch this handle around so that eyelets over on this side, so it's all one straight shot. Unless the cable ain't long enough. Yeah, I think it was put on this side over here. But all this stuff just to make it run. I don't know how you'd shut it off. Either pull a spark plug away or wait till it runs out of gas. I don't know if this throttle. Well, the throttle don't even work. Imagine that. Hook this up here. Flip this around. So the eyelet's right here. Put that in there. Alright, this hole is going to be too tight. That hole's too loose. So we're just going to drill a hole right in the middle of them two. The universal cable. I like the universal cables. They fit so many models because there's so many different kinds of push mowers out there, and it seems like each one takes a different kind of a cable. So let's just put it. There we go. That's 1/4 inch. There we go. Look at how nice that works. See how the oil is on here. It's full, but it needs changing. No gas, which is good in a way. Now on these here, we need a 5/16. Oh yeah, the throttle cable's not working either. It just slides. I might just set it for 3,300 RPM and don't even worry about the throttle because you got the flywheel brake cable now working. Sometimes these get jammed up in here. Let's see here. Yeah, that's really stiff. Filter don't look that bad, but it got wet. And once they get wet, they restrict the airflow. And this is loose for some reason. It's been so loose for so long, dirt was actually getting around that gasket. That's not a good sign right there. Not a good sign. We pop the plug out, see what that looks like. Actually, it's burning really, really good. Let this stuff sit outside. Okay, take the carburetor off. There's two 3/8-inch bolts to hold the carburetor on. Pop that off or take the fuel line off. Okay. Unhook the governor linkage. Alright. Well, I'll clean the outside of the carburetor and we'll tear it apart. See what it looks like on the inside. Takes a 1/2 inch. This bowl bolt is the jet 2 on these Briggs. Oh geez. Look at that. It's in bad shape. Let me go through my used carburetors. See how one that will fit this engine that's in a lot better shape than that. Okay, I went my used parts. And I got this one here. See what this inside of this one looks like. That's in a lot better shape. Lots better. So I think we're going to boil out this one. And see, here's the jet that came off it. It's a U. This one looks like a 2. So we're going to use the jet out of the original carburetor. We'll boil it out. You have to have the same jet, or else it might not run right. Because these carburetors are for like 4.5, 5, 5.5. Take this jet, stick it in there. I'm going to run this over to the ultrasonic cleaner. It don't look that dirty, but I just want to get everything nice and clean. Alrighty. Probably like 20 minutes. Okay, while it's doing that, I think I'm going to go ahead and change the oil. Backing the old oil out. Put a new plug in there. Hope this thing will run, so be right back. Okay, it's to drain that oil. A little bit of time left on the carburetor cleaning. While it's doing that, we'll grab a spark plug. Then the gap at about 30 thousandths or so. Between 28 and 30 is good. That's snug. And less draining, I'm going to get 16 ounces of SAE30 motor oil. That's what these hold. Pretty black oil. Sound like a little chunky at the bottom there. Probably never had the oil changed before, who knows? But we'll give it some fresh oil. I like using the vacuum. There's a less mess. I got a big air one too. But for these little jobs, this is just as good. carburetor cleaner machine just got done, so timing this out about perfect. Yeah, fresh oil in here now. Okay, let's go back over. I'm working on the carburetor. Okay, got out the ultrasonic cleaner and it cleaned it up really nice. But like this is your main jet here. Gotta make sure that's nice and clear. Stick a wire or something in there. Make sure you can see it in them two holes on the sides there. Then run some block one hole off. Spray in the other. There should be a nice stream coming out of the jet. So that's nice and clean. And same here. There should be a nice stream coming through your venturi and your carburetor. I'm going to use this carburetor kit. This is like a universal carburetor kit. This fits a lot of Briggs & Stratton carburetors. The reason I'm using it, I have so many of these. So there's a lot of parts I'm not gonna use. But it's a universal kit. It's 520-516 by Stens. And it's for the 498260 carburetor and the 493762 carburetor. I have so many of these. I might as well start using them up. Because these old flathead Briggs, you know, they're a thing in the past. There's not, you know, well, there's still a lot around, but they don't make them anymore. Everything's all overhead valve now. So here's our seat for our needle, and here's our new needle. One side it's all rigid. That goes into the carburetor first. So all you'll see is that nice smooth side on top. And that goes right in here. Then you need like a little screwdriver or a little pick, because sometimes it'll flip over. Now it's in there flush. I like using this drill bit here. It's a 3/16 drill bit. It's nice and flat. There's no spurs or nothing on it. You can't have nothing with spurs on it. But you got to press this in there. It'll go in there ways, but you actually have to push down into more because it's a little narrower at the end, so it stays in there. Press it in there. Then take your air gun and gently blow air in there in case there's any debris on there. When you push it in there, that come off the side, because you don't want your carburetor to leak. And we'll take our bowl gasket. Pop the needle in the float. This comes with a new pin. Push it in like so. Grab our bowl and our new gasket and our jet. So this kit's also for the carburetor where you can adjust the air mixture in it. But like I said, I have so many of these kits. I probably have 100 of these kits on the wall. I just use the basic kits, but I might as well start using these up because one of these years there ain't going to be none of these Briggs left to fix. Alright, make sure that's nice and tight like that. And they even come with a new O-ring. We're going to put that on the intake tube because the other one's probably smashed, you know. You don't want no air leakage. It'll go like right in here, but on that intake tube. So I'm probably going to save this jet. You never know. But but each jet has numbers or letters on them. You got to make sure when you do something like this, you got to use the right jet. And then we're going to need this too. I'll clean all this up and we'll put it back on the lawnmower. Okay, here's that O-ring I was talking about right here. Pop that off, and you can tell it's really flat. So we'll grab our new one, place it right over that intake tube. That way you don't have to worry about, won't have to worry about stuff leaking air in there. And before I put the carburetor on, I'm gonna blow out this gas. It's empty. I'm gonna blow it out, make sure there ain't no dust and stuff. Do that before I hook the carburetor up to it. I'll just blow. A lot of junk came in there. There's a screen in there. A lot of people put on the comments, so why don't you put a fuel filter in line? Well, as long as the tank's clean and you got that screen in there, you don't need a filter. But you know, if I get in here in real dirty conditions and stuff like that, I could probably see it. But there's already a screen built in the tank where the outlet is. You're actually really not making anything any better. But doggone piece of plastic on here for some reason. And these are 3/8. Go ahead and snug them up. Now we put the fuel line on. I normally don't do this till last, but I want to put gas in here. I'm going to put that gasket on here, put it on here, and squeeze the primary button and make sure gas comes up that tube. That's how it primes it. Sometimes these get warped and stuff, and they don't properly seat, and you won't get that gas in there. So either have to replace this, but I have a little trick on that too. Well, I might as well tell you in case this one works, but I'll put this on there. If it still don't leak, I put another one on here. And 70% of the time it'll work because these things here are like $30. It comes with this and the cover. But that's a little bit way to save a little bit of money in case this back plate is warped or something. They do warp after time. Another thing, people may tighten them bolts too tight and it'll mushroom it out. I was always going to show you guys that, but I never had one. Yet I needed to put two on. Knock on something. And this little hole tube here goes on this vent right here. Like that. We'll grab our screws. These are 5/16. And I'll tighten these down and put some gas there. Make sure that primer works. Usually I don't put gas in until I'm ready to start it. And I'm just starting these with this. I recommend using a nut driver to tighten them because you can accidentally over tighten them and they'll like mushroom them out. And that'll prevent it from making that primer work. So use a nut driver on these. Make sure they're nice and snug. Don't over tighten them. Let me go grab some 91 octane, no ethanol gas. I'm making a mess there, ain't I? Like that's the first time I ever poured gas in my life or something. Okay, see, nothing's coming out. So I'm going to try that little trick. I was wondering where this base plate was loose. You know, maybe it is warped. So, this is what I do. You can laugh if you want to, but sometimes this actually works. Get that wet with WD-40. Spray that in there. Then take another one of these. See if that plate is warped. Two of these gaskets work good. And see, you got that first one wet full of oil and it soaks through the other one. So let's try that. Another thing you can do to make sure it's going to work is this little hole right here. That's what goes in there. So if I spray fluid in there, it should come in there. And it does. So okay, she's working now. Get a new air filter. Okay. I'm going to sharpen the blade on here real quick. Yeah, it definitely needs a sharpening. This is a AYP, so that's a 9/16. Really though, probably wouldn't even cut warm butter. We'll put a nice edge on that. And when I sharpen it, I'm going to go back and forth 10 times on each side. That way the blade will be balanced. And if I do 6 on this and 14 on this side, then I'll take more off than the other side. If I do like another 5 more. Oh yeah. So I'll do 15 on this side. That'll cut butter now. Okay, wings always up. All right. Only thing left now is to take it off the table and hopefully it runs. I already got gas in there and everything, so. Okay, let's give her a try. Push primer about 5 times. Hasn't been started in a long time just by looking at it, so see what happens. The thing runs really good. Alright, well I hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please subscribe. I know you guys have a good afternoon.